Net worth isn't just about how much cash you have. It also includes things you own, like your house, car, or stocks. Having cash is a good way to know how you're doing financially right now. Putting money in a savings account is safe because it grows with inflation, but it grows very slowly and won't make you rich. To become wealthier, you need to invest in things that will give you more money over time. In this video, we will show you the top 10 things that are better to own than cash in 2024 and beyond, according to Warren Buffett. This can help you retire early. Number 1. Silver. Silver has many uses besides making jewelry.
Is gold. And I've used this illustration before, but if you take all of the gold in the world, don't get too excited now, and put it into a cube, it will be a cube that's about 67 feet on a side. It'd be 165,000 or 170,000 metric tons.
Silver is used in many important things like solar panels, cameras, phones, and computers. These are all things we use every day, especially computers and phones, which are in almost every home. According to Warren Buffett, something is valuable if we can clearly see and understand its worth. Silver fits this rule well. To understand why, let's think about silver's role in computers and phones. If we tried to find something else to do what silver does in these devices, it would be very hard. This shows how important and valuable silver is, making it a great choice for investment. Number 2. Gold. You might not know this, but the price of gold could go up a lot by 2033. It might increase by 1,000% from what it is now. This means that if you buy gold today, you could make 10 times more money in just 10 years. While this is just a guess, there are some great times to buy gold. GoldSilver.com says the best times to buy gold are in early January, early March, early April, early June, and July. Number 3. Commodities.
To pick a product, crude oil, cotton, gold, silver, anything that, and of course cotton has utility. Gold really doesn't have utility. I would bet on good producing businesses to outperform something that doesn't do anything over any period of time. But there's no question that rising prices create their own excitement. So when people see gold go up a lot, I mean, if your neighbor owns some gold and you think you're smarter than he is and you didn't own any, and your wife says to you, how come that jerk next door is making money, and you're just sitting here, it can start affecting behavior. And people like to get in on things that have been rising in price and all of that. But over time, that has not been the way to get rich.
Commodities, like wheat and oil, were used for trade long before money existed. This old trade system was called the barter system. Now, with computers, trading commodities has become much easier and more popular. You can trade things like metals, energy products, and farm goods through options, futures, and forwards from anywhere in the world. One big advantage is that you don't have to physically own the commodities anymore. For example, if you buy 10 tons of wheat, you don't need to store 10 tons of wheat. This makes it easier for different people, like traders and investors, to try various ways to invest and make money. Another great thing about commodities is that their prices usually go up when inflation rises. This means they can help protect your money from losing value over time. While it can take some effort to learn about commodities, you can also invest in special indices that are designed to be more stable and less risky. Number 4. Expensive handbags. You might be curious about why your wife wanted that very expensive handbag. It turns out she might have been onto something. Having a Louis Vuitton bag isn't just about showing off, it's also a good long-term investment. Just like old, fancy cars, really well-made handbags can go up in value over time. This is especially true for bags made from special materials like lizard, ostrich, or crocodile skin. For example, over the past 35 years, high-end Birkin bags have increased in value by 14% each year. This is actually a better investment than putting money into the S&P 500 stock index. Some bags are so valuable that they can even cost millions of dollars. One example is the Maliwode 1001 Night Diamond Purse, which costs an amazing $3.8 million. If you are thinking about investing in these kinds of handbags, be prepared to spend a lot of money. You'll need to spend between $10,000 and $30,000, which is a huge amount. However, you might find a deal for a lower price on websites like Poshmark. Number 5. Mutual funds. When people think about investing, they often think about mutual funds first. But there is another option that is safer. According to Value Research, over the past 10 years, large-cap mutual funds have given an average return of about 13.36%. This is a very good return. Investing in individual stocks is much riskier than investing in mutual funds. With mutual funds, you can save money and possibly become a millionaire in just 10 years. Warren Buffett really likes low-cost index funds. He thinks they are a great choice. The best part about index funds is that you don't have to do any research. The index fund is made up of all the stocks in a specific index. For example, the S&P 500 index includes the top 500 companies in America. If Warren Buffett says index funds are a good choice, then you should definitely think about investing in them. Before we go further, if you are interested in earning from YouTube without showing your face or without making videos by yourself using artificial intelligence, like the video that you're watching right now, then I have a special free training for you. Check the first link in the description below to get instant access. Number 6. Invest in raw materials. Investing in raw materials is a smart choice if you want to lower your risk and diversify your investments. Raw materials are the basic stuff used to make the products we use every day, like our phones and computers. These materials are usually taken from large reserves. The companies that use raw materials and the raw materials themselves generally don't grow much unless the economy is doing really well. Even so, putting some of your money into raw materials can be very helpful. It can be good when the economy is strong and even when it's not, because these investments often provide steady income through dividends. Some companies that deal with raw materials are Nucor and Rio Tinto. Number 7. Real estate. Real estate, which means buying and owning property like houses and buildings, has always been seen as something very valuable. People really like it, and there are good reasons why. First, real estate doesn't usually go up and down in price a lot like stocks do. Stocks can be very unpredictable, but real estate is more stable. Over time, the value of real estate almost always goes up. If you've ever tried to buy a house, you know how expensive they can be. This is because house prices keep going up and up. Because of this constant increase, people who invest in real estate can expect to make money consistently. According to Zillow, the biggest real estate market in the United States has doubled in value over the last 5 years. This means that if someone bought property there 5 years ago, it is now worth twice as much. So, even though houses are getting more and more expensive, investing in real estate might still be a smart idea. You could make a good profit in the long run. Number 8. Buy a land.
If you buy 100 acres of farmland, it will produce for you every year. You can use that money to buy more farmland. You can do all kinds of things. For 100 years, it'll produce things for you, and you still have the 100 acres of farmland at the end of the 100 years.
The United States Department of Agriculture says there is enough land to grow crops, so there's no need to find more land for farming. This is a good time to start farming. In the past year, the price of land has gone up a lot, by 7%, and this doesn't even count the money you can make from the crops you grow. Land prices have been going up steadily since 2007. If you want to make a lot of money, think about buying land now. Number 9. Invest in value stocks. Investing in a business can be very challenging because there are so many different ways to measure how good a business is. But there's one thing that Warren Buffett says you should not do. He advises against buying something just because you think its price will go up. The problem with this approach is that you can't really know what will happen in the future. Everything is based on chances, and those chances are not always good. If you want to get better at making smart investment choices, you should subscribe to The Infinite Investor.
When we buy a business, we look at what the business earns and decide how we feel about it in terms of what we paid. But we are buying something that at the end of the period, we not only have what we bought in the first place, but we have something that the asset produced.
Some companies have grown a lot in value over the years. For example, companies that sell products people use every day, like Coca-Cola, have become much more valuable. Warren Buffett has owned Coca-Cola shares for 35 years. Technology companies such as Apple and Tesla have also increased in value over time. Apple makes popular devices like iPhones and MacBooks, while Tesla makes electric cars. Both types of companies, those that sell everyday products and those that make high-tech gadgets, have become worth a lot more money over the years. Number 10. Invest in yourself. Before you can buy anything valuable, you need to be the one to buy it. That's you. You're the one who makes the money, and you are the reason you can become rich. So, it's important to focus on yourself first before thinking about buying anything. This means understanding your skills and special qualities and using them to make yourself happy and wealthy. You might not know what you love to do yet, and that's okay. Take your time to find out what makes you happy and think about how you can turn that into a great career. For example, John Curran is the highest paid artist who loves to draw, and Kylian Mbappé is the highest paid football player who loves to play soccer. They both do what they love and make a lot of money, and you can do it too. If you enjoyed this video, then I think you will enjoy this one as well. Thanks for watching.